G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm of course Acaphlos, future Acaphlos to be more precise, and today we're going to be taking a look at the path of champion Sea Legends Runeterra. We are going to be doing the 3.5-star weekly adventure against the Fizz, and we are going to be using Garen for this run. So yeah, future Acaphlos here, and the reason for that is quite simply because of my screen recorder. I am not really sure what's going on, but the few beginning minutes of my intro where I usually talk about the champion build and whatnot, was a little bit, well, underwhelming, I'd say. It didn't really record the audio too well. There was a lot of buzzing going on, as well as me sounding underwater, so I'm not really sure what was going on there. My mic jack was input, correctly, essentially. Everything was fine, but for some reason, the audio that was recorded was really bad. Really shit, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So, essentially what I decided to do was, I don't want to put that out. We're gonna scrap that first part. We're gonna go ahead and redo the intro again, and then we're gonna proceed from there. So that's why, obviously, like I said, future Acaphlos here, and future Acaphlos because you can see I've already done the run. Best run 29 as well as 26:40 fastest time. This is the same run that I'm gonna show you later. But anyway, coming back into the run itself, let's talk about the Garen real quick. So I am gonna be running a Garen into this one, like I mentioned, and we are gonna be using a level 30 and 3-star Garen. Now, one thing to note is that this weekly adventure, the 3.5-star Fizz, is not as tough as the 2.5-star Lee Sin. I will go over this later on in the video as well, where I say that I will be taking on the Lee Sin in the next video. But let me just quickly go over the Lee Sin's adventure first. So the Lee Sin has a kill all damage units and you remove imperfection, which will recall the one of the player's units whenever the foe summons a unit. So obviously this is a little bit more tougher than what the Fizz offers, and the Fizz is offering a Grumpy Rock Bear. Good morning, Grumpy. Game start, the foe summons the hibernating rock bear, and a Beyond Mere Flesh. The foe's units are +1/+1 for each of the keywords, and of course standard versus enemy +10 Nexus health, +1 stun mana, and +1 stun hand size. So obviously, on first glance or at surface level, you can already tell the Fizz isn't as tough as the Lee Sin. But I will be taking a look at the Fizz today because this was the run that I recorded. So let's go into the build for the Garen here. So level 30 and 3-star Garen here, which means I do have access to the Damacian Might 2 when an ally strikes Ryan at +2/+2, and a Justice, +1 stun mana, run start, create a fleeting single combat in hand. Really useful on the Garen, and we definitely use this to great effect later on. In terms of the champion level here, we are going with a level 30 Garen, so we do have access to 3 Relic slots, and that actually reminds me, I need to talk about something. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, we have 3 Relic slots here. We have 4 stun Nexus itself, as well as a level 20 game start right champion. And in terms of the relics that we're going for here, we're going with a Storm Razor, a Grand Duelist Blade, and a Z-Drive prototype. Now, some of you will definitely be wondering at this point, you have 3 rare relics here, why are you going with 3 common relics? And the reason for that is quite simply because one of you actually left me a comment on the previous community post where you wanted to see a run with a Garen done with 3 common relics, and at the same time without any rare powers or higher. So essentially this is a Garen run with only common powers and common relics only. Gonna be really interesting because Storm Razor and the Grand Duelist Blade is gonna be really important for this one. The Garen will be able to challenge as well as quick attack safely. The Z-Drive prototype is here really so that I could potentially get better common relics, or sorry, common powers I should say, if I don't exactly get the common powers that I want. So I just thought I'd have a little bit more flexible option, but I don't think we end up using it too much either later on in the run, but I'll let you guys see for yourself. But anyway, like I said earlier, I was having some audio troubles and whatnot, so I'm just gonna immediately drop you guys into the run right about now. Alright, so let's hit that first power node first and see what we get. Alright, so, oh god, Endless Wealth, you gotta be joking with me. We cannot pick this up because we're adhering to the challenge here. Well, to be fair, Endless Wealth isn't that useful either, so it's not really that big of a loss. I am definitely gonna reroll here. I think we can do better than a new Student and Bouncing Blades. While Inspiration, your credit cards cost 1 less. That could be great because essentially we are going to be generating the, what is that? The single combat. So we might want to have this, and I think we'll have that. We'll pick it up. Alright, so let's head into the Jagged Taskmaster. Okay, we get 2 Blade Keepers, a Protector, and a Remembrance here. I think we're going to get rid of the Blade Keeper and the Protector. We'll even get rid of Remembrance. We don't really need that yet. I'd really like cheaper units, potentially a, yeah, this unit, the Fleet Feather Tracker. That way we can start with that. Right, we're obviously not gonna attack this guy here. Actually, we can't play singles combat. Kill this 1/1. Let's see what stat we get. We get 5-3. Okay, so no, this is 3-3. Unfortunately, we cannot block that. Alright, it's cool. So we're just gonna kill this guy and take the 3 damage. Okay, so we're gonna go with the... I think we'll go with Projet here.
Strength and grace, beauty in the flame.
And it's cool, we can potentially just kill it with this guy. Not really that big of a concern.
But this hardly fair.
Well, we lose the stat buffs, however, as well as, I think, the keywords. No, we still get the quick attack and the challenger. Yeah, the challenger will trigger when we bring on another unit. Okay, so we just lose the stat buff. It's alright. I guess we're gonna go another Projet here.
Break their spirits and their swords.
Block this guy. We'll have the singles combat. Let's just strike this fellow. We'll play it since we can. It's not really that important, however, but we should be in control. We might not even need to have Garen. Actually, we will want Garen because there's going to be a Hibernating Rock Bear coming on next turn. So we will want to try to get as many strikes to potentially get the rally if possible. Garen on.
My heart and sword for Demacia.
Alright, I think... Ooh, unfortunately we can't do that. Well, it's cool. We can have Garen back out, so we're just going to use one of the Projays and kill him. We didn't have enough mana for singles combat here. A little unfortunate, but it's fine.
Welcome. So much to play for.
I stand ready.
Okay, what happens if we have Garen strike first? Will he survive? He will survive. Cool. Yeah, I'm not even going to summon anything here because we have the victory. So obviously just, you know, press A and spacebar next turn, get the win. Alrighty, looks like we have a Judgment upgrade, a Zolani, and a Howling Abyss. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with a Judgment. It is fairly expensive, but I tell you what, let's try to amp this up a little bit, okay? Let's go ahead and add in another prerequisite where we pick up only expensive cards. That way we are trying to make use of the, you know, our basic deck as much as possible, so we're not gonna use too much of the rewards and whatnot. Alright, so we're gonna pick up the most expensive card here, which is the Judgment. Right, let's head to the support champ as well. Let's see, we get Lee Sin, we get Bard, and we get a Kindred here. Kindred with the Black Cleaver, that is great. In fact, we can potentially strike as well. Lee Sin is also really, really good. I'm not really sure what to go for here. I think we'll go with the Kindred, right? The Kindred could be decent if I'm going to be honest with you. The Quick Attack Slay and, you know, the Strike from Garen's powers, that could actually help us out a ton here. So I think we're going to go for it. Though I don't think we're going to use it. We'll try not to use the support champion because I want to adhere to this challenge here. Alright, so let's see. We have a... This is a Jagged Butcher and this is a Legion Marauder. We have a Spell Chest, a Gold Chest, and a Shop Note. We're probably going to want to head down because I want the Shop Note here. So we're going to head to the Legion Marauder. Okay, so we get a Mass Mother, a Vanguard Defender, and a Lorn Blade Keeper here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep this. Seems like a decent enough start. Well, maybe too many cheap units, but at the very least, you know, the cheaper the better, because taking on Noxian decks, right, obviously, really aggressive. Okay, so we get both our champions, which is great. Let's go ahead and drop a Vanguard Defender first. And we get stunned there, a little unfortunate, but it's cool. So this is what I'm gonna do. Let's play singles combat first. We'll buff this guy's stats as much as possible.
For the honor of my house.
And then we'll transfer the keywords onto the Mass Mother. That could be great. I think we'll hold off on that first. Let's drop the Kindred first. Alright, let's attack with everything. Yeah, Black Cleaver Kindred might have been too OP. Like I tell you what, we'll probably not use Kindred, you know, in the next battle and moving forward. So we'll try to rely on Garen mainly. But the rest of the deck is fair game. 2 Legion Marauders. Right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Mass Mother here. We're gonna kill this guy and transfer the stats over. Alright, cool. Everyone survives. Alright, we have to win here. I'm not even gonna play anything else. We'll just immediately attack and get the victory.
More lie ahead.
Alright, so we're gonna want to take the most expensive card here, and that might be Petricide Stack. Support, I take all damage from my support ally this round. The reason why I say this 4-cost unit is the most expensive compared to the 4-cost spell is quite frankly because we can cast the 4-cost spell on turn 1 or turn 2 if we have enough spell mana, but this guy we can only use on the regular mana, so it's gonna take a little longer. Alright, so we're gonna go to Petricide Stack here. And we're gonna head to the shop, of course, see if we could get a decent enough power. We get a grid. Unfortunately, we can't take this. I don't think we're gonna spend rerolls here. Actually, I think we can. I don't really see any vicious enemies up ahead. So, looks like we don't really have the option of extra powers. I think we'll spend a reroll here so we could get a common one and grab that. Alice of Overwhelm, that is perfect. We're gonna pick this up. That is gonna help us out a ton. In terms of the cards here, I don't really think I need anything if I'm gonna be honest. So, we're just gonna head into the Fae Bladetwirler. Alright, so we draw the Kindred here. We'll keep this, that way we can increase the chance of drawing the Garen, but we will try not to play this if possible. I think we'll keep the rest. Actually, no, let's get rid of Judgment and the Remembrance as well.
Give me a sweet bun. Heightens the senses.
Alright, we'll bring on the Defender first.
Ready for deployment.
So basically, you know, in essence, this run is more like a, you know, the Garen, but only the base cards, I would say, the original deck. Well, at the very least, we're trying to do that, but, you know, we'll see. We're just gonna skip the block here, take the elusive damage, it's cool. Alright, I wonder how this is gonna work. So, if we play Mass Mother here and kill this Vanguard Defender, will we be able to get the... Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be able to get the tough and the keywords, but will that mean the stun also gets transferred? That is going to be interesting. I tell you what, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oh, cool. The stun isn't transferred, which is great. So we're going to attack like so.
Oh, it's on.
Alright, go singles combat. We'll get rid of this elusive. We should be able to survive. Beautiful. So again, we're not going to bring on Kindred here. We're going to bring on a Blade Keeper. Or maybe a Protege instead.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool.
I think we'll go to Protege.
Break their spirits and their swords.
Pick on someone your own speed.
Like so. We should be fine.
Zing. Should have sang.
Bring the others. Affirmative.
You know, if there was a way to cut a champion, this, you know, challenge would have been better. That way we could cut the Kindred later on. But we're going to drop the Garen here, obviously.
My heart and sword for the massive.
And we're going to attack for sure. Let's drag this guy here because Garen can kill it. Or actually, let's drag this guy here. That way, we can deal more damage in total. Yeah, I think that dealt more damage, right, because of the overwhelm. I'm not really sure. I wasn't paying attention to the math there. It's cool. So we're just gonna pass the turn and do it again next turn. Well, not next turn, but the turn after that, because obviously defensive turn now.
What would you wish to learn?
Alright, let's try this again. We'll use Mass Mother, kill this guy. We'll go Blade Rack and buff the Garen. Need to be careful not to buff him up too much, if not he's gonna get stunned. Stun the player's weakest unit. Okay, so this 3G will get stunned. Right, let's go single Scometer, Garen strike here, just kill this 4-4. But again, we should have to win. It's not really that big of a deal.
Stay resolute.
I tell you what, I think we'll try not to play Mass Mother as well. It seems like a really OP card. Might even cut it out, you know, in the upcoming healer node or whatever. So we'll see. Let's go and just attack like so, get the win and get out. Alright, so looks like we get a Scuttlegeist and a Vanguard Redeemer here. Ideally I'd go for Scuttlegeist, but... No, actually we can go for Scuttlegeist because we're not seeing too many allies die, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to get the cost reduction, but that is actually going to help us with the challenge because we're going to try to go for the more expensive cards, that way we, you know, try to adhere to our base deck. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with the Scuttlegeist. Either way, let's just exercise some maybe self-control. We're not going to play this card then if it pumps up and we are able to play it, but yeah, we're not going to play this, even though we pick it up. Alright, let's head to the shop here. We are gonna grab another power, obviously. We have a sparring student. Do we want this? You know what? We'll go for it. It's cool. Alright, so I don't really think we need any powers here. We're just gonna leave. Let's head into the Direct Dredgers or the item chest. I think we're gonna go to the item chest. And we get a buff to Mighty Poro, Spell Shield, and Brace the Protector. I think we'll go Spell Shield on this guy. Let's head to the healer here. Now we don't need any health, and I think what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to cut the Mass Mother here, that way we don't play this. We'll try to play our base deck, which is the Garen deck, obviously. So we're going to get rid of the Mass Mother here. Alright, so let's head to the Caitlyn.
I'm on.
Alright, so we have a Kindred, a Garen, and a Vanguard Redeemer. I think we'll get rid of the two Redeemers here. We'll even get rid of the Kindred. We already have the Garen, we don't need it. Unfortunately, we draw both Garens, so that's why we guarantee a Kindred draw. And Flash Bombs take out the Sparring Student, which is perfect because that's going to make things a bit harder. We're going to go Fleet Feather Tracker here because we might need to block the Caitlyn. Or, you know what, I think we'll take 5 face damage. That might be okay. Right? Is that okay? Fortunately, I don't think it's okay. Let's see. This probably isn't going to do anything, right? It is not going to do anything. But at the very least, we can potentially deal some damage to the Caitlyn. So I think that's okay. Yeah, I could use a Mass Mother right now, I'm going to be honest with you. But, let's not play anything yet. Let's go with the Redeemer first. We're not triggering the effect. I just want this unit on the board as a blocker. Obviously not attacking here, because it's a ridiculous trade. Unfavorable trade, I should say.
Suspicious activity detected just outside the station.
Stay on him. Backup's on the way.
Alright, we'll go Blade Rack here, Blade Keeper.
Strength and grace. Beauty in the blade.
Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna block the Caitlyn.
Oh, please.
What happens if we play single combat first? That's gonna die. Obviously, it's, you know, gonna strike each other 3-3. Okay, let me just try to set this up to the best that I can. Let's actually block this guy. Okay, that way we kill the Caitlyn. This guy survives as well. And I think it's okay. Cool. Alright, we have Garen on.
For king and country.
Tell you what, before this dies, let's play singles combat where we have to kill this 5-1. Yeah.
Demacia!
Backup?
I'm your backup.
Minding details is my duty.
Still have it, Ben.
Alright, it's cool. Let's go with the defender first.
On the line!
Steady, soldiers.
Let's go singles combat. We'll have to kill the Caitlyn. Oh shit. I think I screwed up there.
We must not relent.
Yeah, I definitely screwed up here. You know why? You know why I screwed up? Yeah, because that was gonna happen. I forgot this guy at Challenger, and killing the Caitlyn will drop, you know, I forgot that singles combat is a strike that goes both ways. So the Garen's gonna drop health, and obviously he's gonna die. Well, it's a little bit unfortunate, but at the very least we have another one, so it's not the end of the world. It is really unfortunate that we lose it here, however. I think we're just gonna kill this tree too. That way we have the defender survive. Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy play for me, but it's cool. All things considered, it's not the end of the world. At the very least, we can trigger Redeemer and get the effect off.
Remember the fallen.
Again, we're not playing Kindred just because, you know, we're trying to make things a little bit harder. Garen on.
My heart and soul for Demacia.
Alright, we're gonna attack like so.
Steal!
Track this guy here.
Halt!
Let's kill this fellow first. Because this guy's gonna die anyway, so at the very least we could get more damage on the Garen.
Injustice!
Alas, the sheriff. The scene tells me all I need.
Wow, that was a lot of flash bombs, but I don't think we're that affected because Garen is regen here. Well, I think we're fine if I'm gonna be honest. We should be able to end the game in a couple more turns. You know, it's going a little bit longer than expected, but it's not that big of a deal, I'd say.
I'd like to file an equipment request.
Another leak-proof pen, Hogner?
Alright, so I'm really out of units to play because I've played everything here. I might have to, you know, end up playing some of the Kindred units here. But let's go to Remembrance first. We'll try to spend as much of our base deck as, you know, as much as we can before resorting to some of the Kindred units.
Calibrated for impact!
I stand ready.
Okay, I don't think we need to play the Kindred units. We should have to win
Do what is right.
in the next turn. Longer than expected, obviously, but a win's a win.
Minding details
Doesn't
is
matter
my duty.
how it's achieved.
For family. I'll recite your rights.
You can do that, it's fine. We just get the victory and get out. Alrighty, so we're obviously gonna buff the Garen here. I think the best bet would probably be re-rolling. We don't really need this if I'm gonna be honest with you. Fearsome, probably not that useful. Giant Spell and the Locker Ancillary. You know what, I think we'll just go with the Giant Spell. At the very least, it's a stat buff. We can potentially have regen, you know, constantly give us a higher health stat Garen. That could be great, so I think we're gonna go for it. We're not gonna reroll here because, like, the challenge doesn't allow us to get any better relics and whatnot. So obviously, we're just gonna stick with what we've got. All right, so we're gonna hit the power here. Let's hope we get a decent common, overprepared and raiding party. I think we can do better. Let's reroll here. Oh, we get wild inspiration again. It's gonna bring our singles combat down to 0 cost. I like that. We're gonna go for it. Kind of cheesy, but I obviously like that. So we have a petty officer here and a sometimes scavenger. This is a healer node. This is a spells chest. I tell you, let's head to the healer node. Let's see if we could make things a little bit harder for ourselves. So we're gonna cut out more kindred cards. So we're gonna head to the Sumpsnipe Scavenger. Alright, so we're gonna reroll here. Obviously a really bad start. This Sumpsnipe Scavenger gives +1/+1 to every single elusive unit, so we might need to play really aggressively as well if we want to get the win. Unfortunately, drawn out a kindred here. That is not great.
Always seeking new horizons.
Play keeper.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
I think we'll immediately just kill this fellow. Yeah, we have to kill this guy. We'll do it. Okay, we draw the Garen. Great. Let's go another Blade Keeper here. We're gonna buff the 5-3 again.
Laurents are born with blades in hand.
Alright, I don't want this to happen. We're just gonna have this guy kill this guy first. I don't want this copy to happen here. That's the last thing I want. Alright, so obviously we're gonna attack here. Let's actually put this guy here just to maximize damage.
I won't go back.
I was just casually standing. Stop wiggling.
Again, we're gonna kill him. I really don't want this guy copying our 11-10. That's the last thing I want. Alright, nothing. We're gonna pass. Because we're gonna try to play only our base deck here. So we have the option of Garen now, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna bring him on.
For king and country.
No one knows these streets
I
like
already have a 15-13 sparring student here, so we're not really that big of a deal, that big of a pickle. Right, so we're gonna have Garen challenge this guy, and we should be able to get the win.
this is my home.
Alright, cool. So, you know the drill, most expensive card, that's gonna be the Lord Eldred here. We're gonna pick this up. Right, let's set the healer here. We're gonna cut a card. We're gonna want to cut the Kindred deck. I think we'll get rid of Spirit Leech. That way we minimize drawing that as well. Alright, so let's set the shop here. Grab another power, obviously. We get a arm gear head. Unfortunately, we can't pick this up. I have all common powers, right? Just double confirm. I can't remember. We definitely have all common powers. Wild Inspiration, double Wild Inspirations, New Student, and Crush. Alright, so I think we'll spend one reroll here, see what we get. We get arm gear head again. That is really unfortunate. I tell you what, let's hit the leave button first. Let's see what's ahead. We get another shop here. Oh, we cannot get any rare power. Sorry, not rare. We cannot get any common powers anymore. Because this is a rare shop, and this is also another rare shop. Ah, okay. So obviously we can't do that. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to ignore the shop notes then. So I think we'll head to the spells chest. Then we're going to head into the Evershade Stalker here and take it on. Okay, draw Kindred, the Scuttle Guy's Judgment, and Remembers. We're going to get rid of... yeah, we're going to get rid of these two. Well, I think we'll even get rid of Scuttle Guys. We'll keep the Kindred, that way we can increase the chance of drawing our Garen. And we do get a Garen, cool. Even get a Bright Steel Protector.
I've got your back.
Alright, I have singles combat, strike this guy. Fleet Feather Tracker, perfect. Really great timing. That way we have something to summon. There's probably going to be a lot of Stygian onlookers here. We're going to block this fellow. We are going to plop this guy here. And I think we'll just take... I think we'll have the singles combat. Kill this fellow. Actually, will we survive that way? Everything's going to die that way. What happens if we swap this around? Will this work? And that will definitely work. We'll at least have one more unit and the sparring student. Cool. Alright, so I think we'll go Remembrance here. I think we'll go singles combat, just kill this fellow just to get the buff, and at the same time, you know, not waste the singles combat here. Nice, we should have Garen next turn. Rock Bear's gonna come on as well.
Sure is dark, eh?
Garen on.
For justice, for democracy.
Tear them apart, let them scream. Another and another.
Alright, I think we'll sacrifice our Swiftling Lancer here. Unfortunately, we cannot do anything because the Garen will die if he strikes. So, what I'm gonna... Actually, we can let the Garen die. It's not really that big a deal. We have a lot more here. But, oh, he needs to strike. It's unique to that specific Garen. Okay, okay. So, I think what I'm gonna do is... We definitely don't want the Sparring Student to die, so I think we're just gonna block the 6-5. Let's go singles combat, have the Garen strike the 2-1. Oh, wait, can he survive that way?
Hold fast.
Unfortunately not. Alright, so we're gonna have to block like so.
Man overboard.
Oh, we got a cheap Honored Lord, cool. Bring that on.
Gives. Stay resolute.
And we actually get a win here. Not quite. Well, we have singles combat, so we can't play that, and we still get the win regardless. Okay, so we get a Mana Deposit Bladekeeper and a Hapless Aristocrat. I think we're gonna go with the Mana Deposit Bladekeeper here. Right, let's head to the spells chest, and let's see, we got Repose, Minimorph, and Lamps for Spite. I tell you what, we'll leave, we'll not pick up anything, because I want to stick to the main deck. And we're gonna head to the healer here, we're gonna cut yet another card. And let's see, we might want to cut a... Let's get rid of the Scuttle guys here. Alright, so we're gonna head to the Fizz. Alright, so we have Garen, Kindred, Vanguard Defender. I think we'll keep this, it's fine.
Let me at 'em.
Right, let's go with a Defender first.
Ready for deployment.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, we'll kill the Fizz. Alright, so let's go with Tracker. We get Vulnerable here. It's not really that big of a deal. Blade Keeper will buff the Sky, that way we could get a Challenger stat buff. That's gonna be great. Singles combat, I think we'll have this guy... No, I think we'll have this guy kill this guy instead. Alright, Garen on 2 more turns. Definitely no Kindred here. Let's go singles combat. Just kill this fellow here. Bring on the Garen next turn. Probably should have buffed the Sparring Student instead, but it's cool.
Follow my song to save the harbor.
Alright, Garen on.
For king and country.
Obviously, we're gonna attack like so. Drag this guy here and drag this guy here. We should get the win in maybe 2 turns.
Grog if you work, run if you don't.
Yeah, let's just kill this guy.
We must not relent. Stay resolute.
Alright, so we obviously have to win here, no question about it. Easy victory. Alright guys, so that is the adventure complete, and if I'm gonna be honest with you, this is extremely easy, this 3.5 star Fizz here. I think that Lee Sin adventure would definitely be much more complicated and a little bit more tough. In fact, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the Lee Sin adventure in the next episode, of course, but we're gonna use the same Garen build here. We're gonna go with only common relic Garen as well as a, you know, only common powers Garen. So essentially common relics and common powers only on the Garen, and see if we could beat the Lee Sin. Gonna be really challenging because the Lee Sin will kill any units after they've taken damage. Not the Lee Sin obviously, but the adventure power will do that. But you know, I think it's gonna be really challenging. I think it's gonna be really fun. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check that out tomorrow. But for now, we are gonna end things here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, consider leaving a like as well as subscribing. Really do appreciate that support. But most importantly, it's so that you don't miss future episodes or uploads of Legends of Runeterra or Path of Champions content just like this one. Now, I've also launched channel memberships here on my channel, so if you'd like to join, you can go ahead and do so. Or potentially if you'd like to find out more, you can of course check it out on my memberships tab on my channel page. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching as well as joining me on this one. So hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.